Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We got some exciting news. Did you know that if you had $100,000, you could retire right now and live off a put writing ETF? It's not a cover call ETF. I almost said cover call because all these ETFs are cover call. But no, this ETF that we're about to talk about writes puts. And apparently it can generate up to 60% annual returns. Oh my God, this is insane. So why would you have to go to work? Why does anybody have to go to work when all you have to do is save $100,000, buy this ETF with all your money, and then live off dividends for the rest of your life? What ETF am I talking about? Well, it's the world famous JEPY ETF. Now, we've all heard of JEPY, right? It's run by JP Morgan, and it's an ETF that writes covered calls. What is a covered call? It's a contract where the writer receives a premium in exchange for the obligation to sell securities at a certain price. That's basically what a covered call is. Options are stupid. Don't waste your time with them. This ETF is not a JP Morgan ETF, but they're very clever. Okay, these Defiance people, because that's who it is. It's Defiance ETFs. It's not JP Morgan. They're very clever. They know retail is so stupid, and retail is so obsessed with JEPY, that when they see JEPY, they probably think it's the same company. It's not, okay? JEPY isn't run by an entirely different company. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this ETF. So apparently their distribution rate is 55.17%. Now, when an average clown looks at that number, they say, wow, it's making 55%. So if I just put $100,000 in there, I don't know how I'm going to get that because I work at McDonald's. But if I put $100,000 in there, I can get $55,000 a year. How do they calculate the distribution rate? Well, in all the other ETFs I've seen, they take the most recent distribution and they multiply it by 12, which is a massive assumption. So if they distribute, let's say, what is 55 divided by 12? I don't know, a low number. If they distribute a very small distribution, they assume, they just say, oh, we're going to multiply that by 12, and that's going to be the distribution rate for the whole year, when it's obviously not. They could have a very high distribution. They could have a very low distribution. It could be all over the freaking place, okay? You're not getting a 55% return buying the JEPY, which is not a JEPY ETF, JP Morgan ETF. You're not getting that at all, okay? As a matter of fact, I think you're probably going to lose money in the long run on this ETF. But let's talk a little bit more. JEPY is the first put right ETF on the S&P 500 using daily options, 0 days to expiration. What is it? An option that expires the next day, basically. To seek enhanced income for investors, paid monthly. So all the clowns are jumping in. Oh my God, I get to generate passive income and get paid monthly. And what is the expense ratio? They don't care. Well, the expense ratio of this fund is 0.99%. That's almost a 1% expense ratio. That's like 33 times higher than the VTI ETF. You could buy every company in the US stock market for 0.03% with the VTI ETF. This turd is charging you just under 1%. It's 0.99, but it's basically 1%. 33 times more expensive. And what is in this ETF? Well, let's go look. Okay, what's in the ETF? I see cash, 77% of net assets, U.S. Treasuries, and then they have some options contracts. Now, when you write a put, you're basically receiving a premium. So somebody's paying you a premium. And in return, if that put is exercised, you are forced to buy the underlying security that is within the contract. Now, this ETF's a little different because they don't actually have to buy the underlying security. Basically, it's a cash settlement. If they win the trade, they get money through cash on top of the premiums. If they lose a trade, whatever freaking happens, okay? But there's no underlying holdings in this ETF besides the contracts and the treasury notes and the cash. It's a cash. I've never worked on the options exchange. I don't know exactly how that works. But that's basically what's going on here. So what happens is if you write a put contract on average, right? You write a put and then the market goes up. You've basically made money because what happens is you're receiving a premium, but you didn't have to buy the underlying security. Somebody that buys a put wants to be able to force you to buy us underlying security at a certain price. So if you buy puts and the market tanks, guess what? You've made some money. So JEPY, if we're in a crazy bull market, right, and stocks are just going up and up and up every single day, they just go up every day in a vertical line, this thing would probably do okay because if you write a put, you make the premium if the market goes up. That's basically what's going on here, okay? Now, why don't I like this ETF? Well, number one, the management fee is absolutely ridiculous. 1%, 1%, 33 times higher than VTI. They're basically taking 1% of your money every year, which adds up. That's like a financial advisor. This is like a financial advisor. That's how much financial advisors take from people. 1%. That will massively reduce your returns, okay? Number two, if there's a bear market and stonks go down a lot or they go down violently, this thing could probably suffer heavy freaking losses. And guess who interviewed one of the people associated with this fund? Adriano Stinchianeri. Adriano Stinchianeri. That's right. Passive Income Investing interviewed this lady right here, Sylvia Jablonski. What a name, Jablonski. Let's hear what Sylvia has to say about the potential yield, the potential return.
We're using a daily put right strategy. So if you can capture, say 25 basis points of time decay on a daily basis, you know, that yield is about 60% per year. Now, of course, you know.
Well, if you capture that down, that blah, 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 you get 60% per year. If. Do you think Sylvia Jablonski has cracked the code to making 60% per year? You sell put options that expire in a day and you have like a cash settlement system. Do you think this lady right here has solved the everlasting problem of massively outperforming the market? Of course not. This thing is clownish. This thing will probably get absolutely wrecked in a bear market, okay? And trust me, bear markets happen, okay? This is the dumbest thing I have ever seen. It basically just sells puts on a daily basis. It's so stupid, okay? There are much better ways to build your long-term wealth than to invest in an ETF that's taking 1% of your money, that sells daily options, and that will probably get absolutely wrecked in a bear market. And what are you invested in? Basically a bunch of cash and treasuries. And then, some options. That's basically it, okay? I'm scared this thing is going to implode at some point. And with all these ETFs, they always implode. At some point, they always implode. This thing is weird. This is a very weird ETF. Now, I don't know if Adriano Stinchianeri was paid for this video. He probably was, but I'm not going to say for certain because I don't know. But it's very suspicious to me when this absolute freaking clown has this lady on here. Oh, well, if we make 25%, if we capture that 25%, it's basically 60%. Well, if I capture 50% per day, my yield could be 150 billion percent. I mean, if I made 10% per day, my yield could be 100 billion in a year. You can say whatever you want. You're not going to get a 60% return. It's ridiculous.
You know, that yield could be higher if we capture some, you know, just straight upside of NASDAQ, right? That would be great. Or it could be lower, right? If you have kind of a downward trend in the underlying index. But if it could be 60%, or it could just be lower. It could just be how low? I don't know. Okay. I can't, like, how could you say something like that? That's just so weird to me. It could get 60%. What do the retail clowns do? Oh my God, 60%, and just a little bit. This thing is stupid. Okay, never pay 1%. Never invest in these stupid passive income ETFs.
because they're designed not to make you wealthy, but to fleece you with fees. That's why these things exist. Okay. Selling options on a day-to-day basis is not the way to build wealth. Max your tax advantage accounts and buy a total market index. And over your lifetime, you will accumulate a decent amount of wealth. This thing right here is weird. And I have I'm guessing this thing is going to implode at some point. I don't know when. I could be totally wrong. But things like this are freaking odd. Okay, this is not the way to succeed. Don't get sucked in by the 60% yield. If I got this and this, I would get 60% per year. Come on. But if you want to, learn about it, you can listen to Ms. Jablonski here talk about this ETF for 33 minutes. Let me see. Was he paid? Does it say that anywhere that he was paid for this? I don't know if he was, but I would not be surprised. Whatever this clown promotes, avoid like the plague. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. Let's do some comments. We need a rewriting ETF. I need to launch my own ETF. I'm going to find the most clownish way to run an ETF. And you guys are going to, I'm going to buy VT inside an ETF that charges you 5,000% per year. And then I'm going to make $1 billion and retire. Second, also, firstly, that's right. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. We need to spread the good news of JEPY, which is not even a JP Morgan ETF. They just put a Y on the end of it. And all the clowns will think it's JP Morgan. 0 day. I don't even like 0 day. Those sound like just straight up gambles. 0 day till expiration options. What? Why would you do that? I don't even like options at all. 0 days to expiration. Naked strongman puts. I'm going to bet against this ETF. I'm going to buy puts all day and make a fortune when this thing implodes. This is the ETF to inverse Wall Street idiots, right? Look, you could be inverse Wall Street morons, Wall Street bets morons by buying an index fund. I bet the reason they use 0 day to expiration is because it's a new duration of the clownery can't be back tested. Yeah, I've heard these 0 day to expiration options are like a new thing, and they're like super risky. It's like all the clowns on YouTube are fooling around with 0 day to expiration. Like, think about that. Is that an investment or a gamble? Something that expires in a day. Is that an investment or is that a gamble? It sounds like gambling. If the market goes up, we make money on a day-to-day basis. If the market goes down, we lose money on a day-to-day basis. Really? I think this thing will probably implode if there's a bear market. If there's a rapid drop in the index, which happens, by the way, this thing could really be hurt, I think. Bacon is always active. This man never sleeps. It's only 8:45. Let's see. Daily options. Well, maybe they just mean to keep the option for 1 day. I think they're, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but something that, it literally says in the prospectus, they're buying 0 day to expiration options. I'm going to take that at face value. And that's what Miss Jablonski said too. Jablonski. Let's see. What about JEPY? Honestly, JEPY sounds more, doesn't JEPY own underlying securities? I forgot. JEPY sounds more reasonable to me. Well, okay, I want to be very clear. They're both clown ETFs. This thing sounds more clownish than JEPY. Okay, by far. Yes, it says 0 days. Yeah, that's what it says in the prospectus. They keep the options for 0 days because they can't hold any longer. That's literally day-to-day gambling. That is like day trading. It's stupid. I bought 10 JEPY. It's worth the small. Okay. Even a small amount of money in a total market index will do you a lot better in the long run. Let's see. No one is investing all their money in JEPY. Most people are simply putting BGG. Look, what these people do is they think they're diversified. They spread their money over these clown ETFs. There's gonna be people that have 10% in this, 15%. They'll come up with random numbers. But people will be investing in this. And I'm telling you, I don't think it's a good idea, personally. I don't like these kind of ETFs. And this thing is just like, these ETFs are getting weirder and weirder. Okay? Strongman, why don't you short the most egregious, Jeremy? You are sure to make money. False. If you're still unsure, short all his clown stocks. Did you guys know that I shorted TLT? Remember the ETF the long-term bond ETF that I talked about, I bought a put option against TLT. And I was 100% right. Did I make money? No, because I bought it too early. That's right. You can bet against a stock and still lose money. Let's see. The main problem with this strategy is you're paying massive spreads every single day. The amount you're bleeding to market makers is going to be... No, no, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Did you not hear Miss Jablonski? She said that they're going to get a, they could get 60% as long as they get this amount per day. It's so stupid. Think about all the money you made. Oh, no. Well, I didn't know when they were going to collapse. Let's see. Sylvia is actually a trillionaire after launching this ETF. We're all going to be trillionaires. Just all invest in JEPY. This sounds bad, but I never trust what... Oh, my God. You can't say that. What are you saying? Thought he meant JEPY. I like that ETF, actually. I'm sorry, JEPY sounds less clownish than this thing. This thing sounds like insanely clownish. Oh, we're going to write put options every single day. Yeah. I sell calls when Tesla pumps, and I sell puts when Tesla drops. 31 days degenerate. It is. It's total degen. I mean, your strategy is pretty degen too, but this thing is like mega degen. There's nothing wrong with buying one. Yeah, there's nothing wrong, bro. Just waste some money here, waste some money there, blow up some money here. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only a couple grand, right? What could a couple grand do for you over 40 years if you put it in a total market index? Probably do a lot better. It's not just 1 or 2 grand. You're talking about 8, 9, 10 grand sometime in the future. So you like indexes, but not ETFs. ETFs can be index ETFs. They're different. It's a large scale. Maybe I should make a video about it. An ETF can be indexed. An ETF can be actively managed. A mutual fund can be indexed. A mutual fund can be actively managed. At the end of the day, read the prospectus. What does it say? Is it indexed? Is it passive? Or is it active? That's it. Let's see. Dish has hit the bottom with cheap now. Dish? Is that a popular YouTube stock? But I do recognize our thing. Yes, they are. If you don't get it, your investment strats are... yes, I'm out of date. Yes, don't buy every stock in the world. Just gamble on daily fluctuations in the market. That's how you build wealth, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Just go. I mean, this is literally a casino ETF. Like daily options. Not like, oh, I'm going to buy an option 5 years out. Or I'm going to sell an option, because I want to buy the stock at a certain price. Like everything money does. This is like next level clownery. Chris, just my Tesla, bro. Just my Tesla, bro. Tesla, bro. I think you should make a video of the VIX and its devilish. I don't even know anything about that. I know the VIX is like, oh, volatility. Oh, the VIX, which I don't care. You think I care about the VIX? You think I care about that? No, I don't care. I'm sure there's a lot of clownery going on. Your problem is that you can't adapt. You should adapt. It's the future, bro. Just adapt, bro. Just like ARK, bro. Just invest in the future, bro. Adapt. Change your ways, bro. No. LaFufu the other day said, in regards to Palantir stock, the vibes, bro. The vibes are like 2019, bro. We'll see. What's up, strong man? What's up, JG? Have you ever watched The Maverick of Wall Street? Maybe I have. There's so many Wall Street movies. I get them mixed up now. What do you think of military stocks? I don't hate them. I don't love them. I mean, they're like, oh, there's a war starting, so buy military stocks. Everybody's doing that. You think that's going to make you money? They buy. Nothing's guaranteed, man. Aren't they guaranteed? No, nothing's guaranteed. I like when people say it's not dangerous putting 1 to 3 of crap. Lo and behold, they have like 20 of them. It's over 100K. Exactly. These people's portfolios are full of this junk. They're like, oh, I'm going to buy some JEPY. I'm going to buy some JEPY. What? I'm going to buy some QQQY or whatever other stupid. And like their whole portfolio is trash. But they've diversified by buying a bunch of trash. It makes no sense. If you're why would I start an inverse ETF? Why would I do that? It makes no. I have no reason to start an inverse ETF. Let's see. Let's see. Man, I'm getting a lot of comments. Maverick is a clown. Oh, it's Jeremy. Andrew Marshall. Hey, Strong, man, I know you're in the military. I'm debating active and reserve. What would you recommend? That's a whole nother video topic, dude. If you want to pay me $50, I'll make you a dedicated video. That's right. Me, Kevin salesmanship right there. Who's your top three? That's another video right there. Still playing RuneScape? A little bit. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of my time. I can tell you that. I got other things to do, like make fun of JEPY. All right, well, that's JEPY. You want to bet on daily fluctuations in the market and get a 60% yield. Oh, yeah. Then go right ahead and buy this and pay a 1% management fee. Only 33 times more expensive than the VTI ETF, okay? All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Cheers!
Oh, merry stock market. Oh, man.